What's up, guys? Recently we did a top 10 oh shit moments in horror, and you guys seem to really like that idea. I enjoyed it too. And the thing about oh shit moments in horror is there are probably a million of them. So I can't just do one video, okay? And I know I get shit about doing part 2s and part 3s and part 6s and part 7s of top 10s, but suck it! So anyway, let's do top 10 oh shit moments in horror part 2. What's up, guys? Welcome to another top 10. I enjoy doing these. You guys seem to like top 10s, and why not keep them going, okay? And oh shit moments, man, that was a fun one to do, actually. And when I went down in the comments, man, I swear you guys had so many of them. Got a couple ideas from you guys, and thought of some more on my own, actually. And matter of fact, I literally, right now, I just thought of one that's not on my list, and I don't have an honorable mention, so you know what? We'll make this an honorable mention. Some of you are probably gonna be like, that deserves to be way up higher. But you know what? We're just gonna put it here, and in our minds, we'll think it's higher, okay? So the honorable mention I'm gonna give is from Misery, the hobbling scene. And wow, that scene's insane. I saw it in the theater, and when she's like setting up that 4x4, putting it between his feet and everything, I remember everybody's just like, wait, what's going on here? What is she doing? And she's just talking all nice and calm and everything. And then all of a sudden, she just takes the freaking sledgehammer and whaps his foot, and his foot just, oh my God. It's like the simplest thing, but I mean, it's like the ultimate oh shit moment. Okay, so now jumping into the top 10, number 10 is going to be Halloween 2018. I didn't see this one on the list, but this is definitely an oh shit moment. The bathroom scene. This is the first real scene of violence. Thinking back, I think it is, yeah. And this is when Myers doesn't even have his mask yet. And he goes into the bathroom, and this character, Dana, who is like the most innocent, sweetest human being you can possibly imagine. And, you know, we've gotten to know her up until this point. And the thought of her dying, I don't know, it just felt really sad. And the way she dies is very violent because she's screaming at the top of her lungs. And, you know, Myers, he is pure evil in this scene. Like, there's no humanity whatsoever. And it's just such a great scene because that's your oh shit moment. But then here comes Aaron in there, and he literally just pummels Aaron almost to death. Is Aaron dead? I don't know. But then Aaron has to hear his girlfriend die. So it's a big oh shit moment. I didn't expect them to come out swinging like that. I thought they would kind of ease into it and we'd see our normal tried and true Halloween kills, but no pun intended there. But it's actually one of my favorite kill scenes in the entire franchise. Number 9, I'm gonna go with Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Jesse's freak out. Like at the end of the movie, he's in Grady's room. He's telling Grady to just watch him. And he's scared that Freddy's gonna take him over, and that's what happens. But Mark Patton's performance in that scene, to me, is so underrated and just legendary. Like, I mean, wow, you believe everything that's going on, even though you see that these are practical effects. He literally looks like he is in anguish, he is in pain, and we see Freddy come out of him, and it's just a pretty jarring scene. It's crazy, and it's heartbreaking because, you know, Jesse, this is a character that is just in turmoil throughout the whole movie. And seeing him suffer like this, very effective scene. Number 8, I'm gonna go with Signs. M. Night Shyamalan's Signs. And I remember seeing that for the first time in the theater and everybody just freaking out on a couple scenes. There's 2 scenes actually I can throw on this. The birthday party, of course, because, you know, there's just this buildup as they're watching just this little camera. And then when you see the alien like walk past and they freeze on it. But then later, I think even more effective is the end of the movie. You know, it's all built up to this one section. And you got Rory Culkin playing the son that's dying. The TV, when the TV moves and you see the reflection of the alien right there. Pretty insane stuff. And I think Signs is M. Night Shyamalan's masterpiece. Number 7, one of my all-time favorites, 28 Weeks Later. The reunion of the father and the mother, because we remember before this, the beginning of the movie actually, the father, he flees. You know, it's pandemonium, it's chaos. the rage infected are just attacking everyone in this house. And so he has to leave, and he has to look back, and he has to see his wife up there in the window. So, you know, that pain and that anguish as he's having to run. And I think that scene's so great too, because I think a lot of people say, I would do this in this situation. And I'm sure this character thought that, but he did the exact opposite. He cowered, even though he didn't want to cower. He just left. You know, it was like an instinct type thing. So later in the movie, when he's reunited, he has that guilt, but he's also like, you know, he's elated. He's really happy that he sees his wife again. His wife's alive. And he goes to kiss her, and then he becomes the infected. And it is extremely violent. That scene is one of the scariest scenes I have ever seen in a movie. Seriously. It freaked me out. You know, and I think it's because of that, the family connection, you know, attacking your own family, your own wife, killing your own wife. Very unsettling. Number 6, The Boy. There's a surprise for you. The very ending of The Boy, really the last act of The Boy, this is the reason why I ended up liking The Boy quite a bit, because I did not see this coming at all. This whole time we think it's a doll, and there's this like commotion going on in the end, and then all of a sudden out of the wall comes Brahms, and it's an actual person, and he literally lived in the walls in the house. Just the way that scene is directed, because I think this is a lesson in how important effective direction of a scene is, because you could play out that scene in so many different ways, but the way it played out, you know, it wasn't like a jump scare. It was, you know, he comes out of the wall slowly, actually, and when you see it, you're just in disbelief, like, oh my God, they really pulled the rug out from under us. This was genius. My lights just flickered. Is this haunted? And from that point on, it kind of becomes like a little slasher movie, even though that's like the last act of the movie. But I was so looking forward to seeing where the story could go when they announced part 2 was coming out. And boy, did they screw the pooch on that one. Jesus. Part 2 is one of the worst freaking horror sequels I've ever seen. Number 5, I saw this one a few times in the comments, actually. Carrie, the end of the movie. Carrie's so effective as it is anyway. But at the very end, when, you know, the grave scene, when her hand pops out of the grave, which is something that you would not expect, even though it's a movie that does deal a little bit with the supernatural because of her powers. But we don't expect her to come back alive and come out of the grave, you know? But she does, or at least we think she does. Her hand pops out. But it's a good, like, really scary scene. It's an effective, like, jump scare. And I like a good ending in a movie. And some would even say that, like, the first Friday the 13th took inspiration from that ending of this movie. You know, this is something that horror directors love to do. They love to plant one last little scare at the end of a movie. So that way, when you get up out of your seat, you know, your heart's racing. And that's a pretty effective scene. Number 4, I'm going to go with Final Destination, the original Final Destination. And I did see some people mention part 5. And I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen part 5, but that ending is genius. But this isn't like greatest twists, even though there might be some twists on here. This is just greatest oh shit moments. And the scene in this movie is the very end of the movie. And it's not a twist, it's just like a tack on, I guess, at the end of the movie after everything has transpired. But after Alex and Claire have figured out how to beat death, you know, you think everything's happy. They're over in, I believe it's Paris at the end of the movie. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I know you will. But then all of a sudden, the chain of events start occurring again. And then you see this big, like, billboard sign come down, and then the screen goes to black. And so you're like, oh my God, like, it's a really great oh shit moment, actually. And I love when movies play with an audience with a main character, and you think the main character is going to live, and he does make it through the final act. And then after that, after all's been said and done, he dies anyway. Okay, number 3, we're going to go with Orphan. And let me preface this by saying this was the scene that I saw like had the highest comment rating on the first video. If you go down and you see how many likes the comments have, this one had the most likes. People liked this scene. And it's where we realized that Esther is actually an adult. And she's literally taking the makeup off. And it is a crazy twist. And I'd say it's one of the greatest twists ever made. And it's also a great oh shit moment. And I did ponder on putting this at number 1 on the list. There was one scene that popped in my head that I thought, no. As far as my personal horror movie journey goes, this is the one scene that really knocked my socks off. So we'll get to that. That'll be number 1. But this is a great freaking scene. And Orphan, I can't wait for the prequel. And I'm hoping the prequel isn't a waste of time, because I'm scared that it will be. But it's just so effective, that first movie. And the reveal is so good because you never expect it. Like, how in the hell did this happen? This little girl end up being a fully grown adult, which it kind of makes it even more taboo if she's not an adult, because she's a little kid and she's doing all these really crazy and sadistic things, like even trying to seduce the father. That's fucked up. Okay, number 2, no surprise here, the shower scene from Psycho. But just think back, like, can you imagine seeing Psycho for the first time back in 1960 in theaters? And Hitchcock famously telling theater owners, do not let people in the theater after a certain amount of time. The reason he did that is because of this great oh shit moment. You know, we think that Marion Crane is the star of the movie, and she makes it up until like a good portion of the movie, like I think the first third or first half or something like that. But then when she gets in the shower and here comes Norman, this is the first time we've ever seen him in Mother's Get-Up, and we don't know if it's Norman. We think it's the mother. I don't even have to like boost this scene up. It is literally one of the most iconic, most legendary scenes in horror history, and it's filmed so well because you swear that that knife is going into her body. Again, just imagine the first time you see that scene and you're just like, oh my God, there's no way she's gonna die, right? And he literally kills her right there, right then and there. And it's insane, and it's perfection. Okay, number 1 is going to be Friday the 13th Part 2. And I'll say, I think this scene's even better than the first movie. Even though the first movie might be like more iconic because it came before. But for them to do the same type of scare but make it even more effective, I think is a testament to Steve Miner and how great they did with this movie. Very end of the movie, Jenny, she has beaten Jason, you know, or she thinks she's beaten Jason. And you see the little dog come through the door. Nice music. And then all of a sudden they pull the rug out from under you. She's against the window, and here comes Jason, boom, right through the window. And it's kind of a 1-2 punch because it's shocking how he comes through the window. Like, scary as fuck. But then also, this is the first time we see Jason without the sack. I think this is probably the scariest Jason has ever looked, you know, and it's the first time you see him with like that hair like on the side. But there's so many different elements to this scene that make it like perfection as far as being, you know, scary, being an oh shit moment, and really knocking you over the head. You know, I love a good knock you over the head scene. And this one definitely does it, and it stays with you. I remember the first time I saw this scene, it scared me for quite a while. It's intense. So there you go, guys. Another top 10 oh shit moments for you. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and let me know of some other ones that I probably missed. Will a part 3 come? Who knows? Maybe. We'll see. But I think these are just as good as the first list, and that's my criteria for doing a part 2 or a part 3. I like to give you the rest of the best, not the best of the rest, if that makes sense. So anyway, guys, post your favorite oh shit moments down below in the comments. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day, and on Fridays we do Free For Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on all my socials. Support me on Patreon. Buy me a coffee. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.